You guys have eaten already, I guess. It's past your lunch time. Can you hear me fine? How's the stage there? Can you see what happens in the pot there? Okay, alright. First of all, I'll introduce myself. My name is Andrea Montefusco. It's not the easiest name to say. I've got this lovely lady here that she may pass some brochure around so you know, you get familiarized with who I am, what do I do, and my company. I've been a chef for about 20 years. 11 of these here in Australia. I'm from a interesting town in the southern part of Italy. Has anyone been to Italy here? Yeah? You guys have? A few people have been to Italy. I'm from the south, from a place called Napoli. Have you heard of Napoli? Yeah? Napoli sauce, Napoli pizza, a lot of things in Napoli. Who's been to the north part of Italy, in the north? You guys been in the north, yeah? Who's been in the center? You guys have? Who's been in the south? There you go. I've noticed that the hands start dropping when I mention the south, because they don't kill as many people as before in the south of Italy. You guys should go there. Especially, this is a travel expo. Alright? Make sure you book a deal to go to Italy. What I'm going to cook today, do you guys know what I'm cooking today? Do you have the recipe? Probably you do more than me. Okay. Thanks. They're telling me you do. Now, I'm going to cook ingredients that are usually not put together very often. I'm going to have chocolate, pasta, Gorgonzola cheese, and a sauce that comes from the northwestern part of Italy, a region called Ligurian, where the capital is Genoa. Now, that part of Italy is very famous for one type of sauce. It's a cold sauce, it's called pesto. Are you guys familiar with Italian pesto? It's beautiful, it's made with basil. That comes from Genoa. Now, this recipe is particular of the region because this sauce that I'm going to show you was invented over there. And it's usually prepared with something similar to ravioli or to tortellini. Now today I'm going to cook for you guys cocoa or chocolate tagliatelle that I've made last night, very late. I'd like to ask my wife forgiveness for all the noise that I've generated. And I'm going to combine the chocolate tagliatelle with Gorgonzola cheese. Are you guys familiar with Gorgonzola cheese? It's not someone that everyone loves. Either you love it or you hate it. It's very strong, it's very pungent. It's made in a very odd way, but I love it personally. It's beautiful flavor. Now, the interesting pungent flavor of the Gorgonzola is going to mix very well with the bitterness of the cocoa and the tagliatelle. Also, I'm going to add this Ligurian walnut sauce, which is made, let's have a look at the ingredients. It's made with bread. It's made with, the Gorgonzola later. It's made with walnuts, pine nuts, cheese, and extra virgin olive oil, and our friendly milk. And garlic. Never forget garlic. Okay. Now, first off, just want to have a look. The water will take another couple of minutes, so for me, I can talk in the meantime. Okay, first thing you have to do, you have to prepare this sauce. Okay? Now, this sauce can be done either in a mortar. If you guys have one of those heavy mortar, it's done very well. Make sure that when you use the paste, you break it down, you twist it by rotation, and with the other hand, you move the mortar anti-clockwise in the other rotation. That type of against rotation which creates that emulsion and release all the essential oil in these nuts. When I talk about essential oil, now the great things of nuts, guys, first of all, they're very healthy for you. They contain vitamin E and all the other minerals, which is great. They got antioxidants, omega-3, very good for inflammation and stuff like that. So use nuts in your diet. What I've done with these walnuts, I boiled them for 5-6 minutes. What does that boiling do to the walnuts? Helps, number one, to soften them, and number two, gets rid of that bitterness that very often the skin of walnuts possess. Okay, so that's what I've done. Obviously, for time restriction, I can't do that in front of you. This one have been done previously. I'm using pine nuts as well. Beautiful flavor, slightly expensive, but you don't need too many in this recipe. Now the great thing of walnuts, they've got this amazing flavor that once either gets blended together with other flavors or gets toasted. Now if you have to add pine nuts on top of food, like sprinkling on top, I would suggest you guys to toast the nuts, the pine nuts. You toast them, make sure you don't burn them, otherwise they become too bitter. A couple of minutes in the non-sticky fry pan, and that's great. Now why do we toast the pine nuts? Because we want to release the essential oil of the pine nuts and bring them to the surface. Okay? Now if we have to make an emulsion sauce like we're doing now, you don't need to do that because the blender is going to do that for you. Make sense? Right. I've got also some more walnuts. These have not been boiled. These are natural side. I'm going to sprinkle these on top. Why am I doing that? Because I want to create a further textural connection there. Okay, so you're going to have some crunchy bites when you go through. If you did go through, I don't think I'm going to sample this, but I'm just going to show you how to do this. Okay, now let's start. The water is getting there. I'm going to start putting the ingredients. Now what I have to do is, like with many sauces, I'm going to use the white part of the bread to create a denser consistency of the sauce. But I can't just put the bread as it is. Okay, I have to soak that in milk for about a minute. Okay, then I squeeze that out. I'm going to put it inside here with the rest of the ingredient. And if it's a little bit too thick, I'm going to help myself with the milk that it's in here, the leftover, yeah? Okay, very good. Now I'm going to spend this saucepan. I'm going to add some milk in this one, and I'm going to put the gorgonzola pieces, gorgonzola bites, and then they're going to melt in the milk. So it will become one nice thicker cream, okay? And then we're going to add our sauce. Okay, before I start, let's grab the walnuts. I'm going to make just one dish here, so I don't have to put all of them. Half of them will do. I've got some, where's the pepper? Did I take out some pepper? I left it at the back. Sorry, Mashi, can you grab some salt as well? Forgive me guys, as you can see I've done very last minute thing. I'm going to add some of the pine nuts. Now these have to be less than half of the walnuts, okay, so not too many. That's what they make pesto with, yeah? I'm going to add our cheese. Thank you very much. Now, the recipe asks for Parmesan cheese, okay, so that's what I would suggest you to do. You can add a little bit of pecorino cheese if you want a little bit more strong, a bit more pungent. Okay? A little bit. As you can see guys, it's very, very easy. Okay? I'm going to add my salt. Now be careful with salt because the gorgonzola is already salty itself. So, not too much, okay? I want to add pepper. This is a whiter sauce, even though the secret ingredient that it's here, I'm going to show you in a second, is dark. I'm going to use white pepper. So it's a white sauce. When you have white sauces, or even fish, try to stick to white pepper. Black pepper is usually a bit strong and creates a bit of damage to the color. Okay? Not flavor-wise, black pepper is fantastic for flavor. I'm going to add some parsley, not too much, and extra virgin olive oil. Our garlic. Now, has anyone got issues with garlic? Anyone got issues? Do you have issues? What happens with garlic? The bread. Okay. So if you guys have got a date after your dinner, make sure you don't have garlic. However, you can circumvent the issue with garlic doing this. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to cut the garlic off in half. Now, can you see this? There is this little bugger here. It's the germ, not the bacteria. Germ that helps to grow the garlic. Okay? I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to remove the bad bread as well. All right? I'm going to check this in here. 1 clove for this amount is plenty. Okay? That's it. And what have I got left? The bread. Now, what I do with the bread, guys, I'm going to remove the side of the bread because it's too hard. Just with a knife. I don't know if you can see that, but trust me, that's what I'm doing. Okay? See that? I've removed the sides. I'm going to place into a bowl, and I'm going to cover it with milk. Now, the milk is going to help me twice here. It's going to soften our bread, but also it's going to melt our beautiful cheese. Okay. I'm going to remove this. Sorry. Okay. And I'm going to place, whilst the milk is softening the bread, yeah, I'm going to make cubes out of this gorgonzola. Not everyone loves gorgonzola. I love it. It's not for everyone. You're not for everyone. Okay. So I'm going to place gorgonzola here and wait until this stove does its job. Hopefully, it will do its job. There you go. Okay, let's move on. We have to salt our water. Now, question to you guys. Who does not use salt when you cook pasta? Now, before you answer, imagine this is AA of cooking. And I'm the facilitator. For those that don't know what AA is, that's a very good sign. Alright, so if you don't use salt, tell me, who does not use salt when you cook pasta? Come on, statistically proven, thank you very much. 1 out of 10 don't do that. Now, what is the technique that we use when we cook pasta? Do we roast the pasta? Do we fry the pasta? What do we do? We boil the pasta. Now, the specific term is absorption. Okay? The pasta absorbs the liquids we cook it in. Now, if you use flavorless liquid, that's what your pasta is going to be. Now, some people say, you know what, don't worry about it. I'm not going to put salt. Salt is bad for you. I'm going to put the salt into the sauce. Ain't the same thing. Because you're going to have on one side the pasta, which is totally bland, and the sauce going to be super salty. That's what we have to do. The beautiful thing is to balance the flavor. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to add my salt. Now, when you add salt to the pasta, how much do we put? Have you been to one of my classes before? Have you been to a barilla class before? That's it. There you go. I used to be the barilla chef. Now I've got my own show. What is it? On Delicious Italian. There you go, the brochure. By the way, my website is www.deliciousitalian.com.au. Go there, become a member, you get the blogs and all the articles about Italian cuisine straight at home. Now, 7 grams, that's correct. 7 grams per 1 liter of water per 100 grams of what? Pasta, well done. Now, don't want to hear the pinch. What's this pinch? Not pinch. Okay? You got to put proper salt here. Now, some people that don't, like you, sir, if you don't put salt, you may feel a bit sick now. I'm going to put the salt in there. If you get disturbed easily, that's it. That's the amount of salt you want to put. Don't worry about it. Okay? Now, let's say that's what's happening here. Can you see that? It's all melting. Good job. The gorgonzola disappeared. Allegedly. Alright, now this one is soft enough for me. I'm going to squeeze it out. Check on my best. Put it here and put this on top. Now, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to remove this here, otherwise it looks too much. And I'm going to start, hopefully we'll work our blender. See? Now, what you can also do, as I said before, if it's not thick enough, you add a little bit of milk. That's it. Sorry, if it's too thick, you add a little bit of milk. A little bit more. Okay, now it's time to cook our tagliatelle. Over there the director says I've got 5 minutes left, which is great because, actually 10 minutes, because the tagliatelle, fresh pasta, made last night, going to take 5 minutes to cook, yeah? Now look at this, I love this. That's it. That's my chocolate tagliatelle here. Now, I know it's odd, what's going on, pasta, chocolate, what the hell is it, and so on and so on. Now that's okay guys, because what's the ratio? Have you learned this at Barilla? What's the ratio of fresh pasta, eggs and flour? Barilla, because Barilla, they can only teach you dry pasta, can't they? Okay, I love them, don't worry about it. Now, the ratio is 100 grams of flour and how many eggs? 1 egg. Well done. You must be Italian down there. Okay, so you've got 100 grams of flour, 100 grams, 1 egg. Now, if you want to do chocolate tagliatelle, of that 100 grams of flour, you take 20 grams and you put cocoa powder. Well done. You don't want to do 50-50, otherwise it's not going to be dry, it's going to melt almost the chocolate, but also going to be too bitter, and we don't want that to happen. Just the bitterness that makes a difference. Okay? Going to check it. Now what's this white stuff on it? What is the white stuff? What's this white stuff? Dusted in flour, that's correct, that's not normal flour, I'm using corn flour. Why am I using corn flour? Very good, doesn't stick together. If you use normal flour, the pasta is always hungry for flour, it's going to absorb it. If you put corn flour, it ain't going to happen. Alright, I'm going to check this in. Very good. Now, when you cook pasta, guys, you might have learned this from Barilla, make sure that you stir the pasta every now and then. But the most important time is the first minute. Because what happens? Pasta, the flour releases starch, especially when there is a shocking of the temperature. Change from cold to hot, all the starch is released, and that's when the pasta sticks together. However, I'm going to put a bit more. I didn't have lunch, I'm going to eat out the back. Now, don't say anything. Who adds oil to the water? That's it. Why do you add oil to the water? Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything. What do you do with water, oil in the water? Why do you add oil in the water? I know you guys, some of you do that too. So, AA, remember AA? So why do we put oil in the water?
It prevents the clotting.
It prevents what?
Clotting together.
Clotting.
Sticking
to it. As a doctor, clotting.
Yeah.
I felt my artery is stiff when you said that. Now, yes, the pasta doesn't stick together. However, you know what also does not stick together? The sauce with the pasta. If you put oil in the water, the oil is not going to be absorbed by the pasta. It's going to stick on the outside walls of the pasta, and when the sauce comes on top, it's going to slide away because there is no starch. Also, other people, you know what other people do? They rinse the pasta. Have you ever done that? Rinsing. Don't do that, because if you rinse, the starch goes away, and the starch has to act as a glue for the sauce. Okay? Don't worry about starch, guys. Starch is good for you. Starch is the most important carbohydrate on this planet for human consumption. Without starch, we'd be dead. Okay, now this one will take about 5 minutes. While I'm doing this, guys, what I have to do, when you stir the pasta, guys, especially if it's long pasta, fresh pasta, don't do this. Do it properly, take it out, shake it, separate the pasta, and that's it. That's the way to do it. Okay? Now I'm going to put this back on. I'm going to add my sauce. It is a bit thick, but we have to mix it together. So it's a bit awkward this way, but time is not on our side. That's it. So probably half the amount. I'm happy with that. And let nature take its course. Mix all the ingredients. Imashi, do we have a plate? I'm gonna do a good job. I'm gonna bring the plates as well. I'm gonna put all together. That's it. Cover this up. Check our tagliatelle. How do you check if your food is good? You taste it. Very good, God. What is this? If you go on My Kitchen Rules nowadays, everyone gets put it out because they don't taste their food. If you are vegetarian, great for you. Don't cook meat for your friends. Alright? So stick to what you know and always try your food, guys. Thank you very much. Where to put it? I don't know. But it's good we got it. Is it cold? Okay. Fantastic. Beautiful. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to taste. Now, if you guys are cooking pasta, make sure that you take the pasta and you finish it off where? Inside your pan. Fantastic, okay? Never do put this, put it in a plate, sauce on top. Sorry, this is commercial material of 1960. Alright? No longer. Put this one into your pan, stir it a couple of minutes, add whatever you add, parmesan, parsley, whatever you have to do. Now, if the sauce is getting a bit too dry, what do? You add water from the pasta. They've done a good job. Lucacciano, yeah? You see Lucacciano? Now, also keep always what I call pasta stock. Why is it pasta stock? Because it comes from the pasta. It gets the flavor, it's got starch in it, and the starch is going to help to amalgamate all the ingredients. Okay? I'm going to check this now. Excellent. Now, I would keep theoretically, I would keep this another minute in there, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to finish off in there. Good. I'm going to switch this off by figure out. That's it. Okay. Now, if I do need that, the water, I've not kept it on the side because I've got this clever invention here. However, if you were going to strain it, you would keep a little bit on the side, yeah? Okay. Now, where are my tongs? It's a bit awkward here. It's awkward. I'm short. But imagine if I was 6 feet or something. Okay. Now I'm going to bring this up as much as I can, and I'm going to let it finish off for another minute. Now, as you can see already, there is a bit of a contrast here. The beautiful black color of the tagliatelle and this white sauce. When I finish it off, it's going to be even more interesting. I'm going to pump it up. Now, I might need a little bit of that water. So I'm going to take it from here and chuck it here. Now, even this water has got a bit of corn flour in it, yeah? So that corn flour is going to help make a very smooth sauce. Now, have you noticed I've not added salt at all into the sauce? Why? Because the cheese, because the Gorgonzola is already very salty. There you go. Now I'm going to put a bit of parsley, a little bit more parmesan on it. A bit of extra vegetable oil. happy with that. Lovely. Tell you what, I'm hungry. How about you? That's it. Switch it off here. A bit of mess. That's okay. In a restaurant, you would have someone that will rush and clean it. Now, what have I forgotten? Walnuts sprinkled on top. Yeah? We want crunchy. That's it. Bravo. That's it. And that, guys, is our chocolate tagliatelle with gorgonzola and walnut sauce, Ligurian style. Thank you very much. I'm Andrea Montefusco from Delicious Italian. Thanks for coming. If you guys are interested, we do run a lot of cooking classes. Grab my brochure from the lovely lady over there and check the website. Get our blog, get sent beautiful Italian cuisine articles at home, and you can attend. You get also a lot of big discounts on cooking classes. Thanks a lot. Thank you for coming. Thank you.